Hey, what's up guys? UrAvgWarGamer is back with another video for the Warships. And in this video, I will be explaining to you guys how you can grind as much doubloons as you possibly can in a very short amount of time. And believe it or not, you can farm quite a lot of doubloons, but you have to do something out of the way, like for example playing ranked battles, which I will be explaining in this whole list. You can see the chapters in the description below in this video so that you can eventually see that what are the ways and you can go through these through the chapters. But I will be explaining the ways. So the doubloons, in my opinion, are the very powerful currency in this game, and wargaming actually give you some opportunity to farm them over time. It's not quite a lot as you might think, but it still certainly helps a lot in maybe giving you guys the premium time, which is you can directly purchase premium if you want to, like 180 days, 30 days, whatever the doubloons that you have, the amount you have, you can just exchange it for premium time. And by the way, if you are able to look for 360 days of premium time, well, you can get this premium time by half of the cost at the end of every year. Yes, it's going to cost you 12,000 doubloons if you are looking to purchase 360 days of premium time. This is a bonus thing that I have explained. Well, you can go and check out some of my older videos. I have explained that why this happens. Wargaming is kind of sort of generous in that regard every year, at least at the end of the year. So one thing that I would like to share. But now we will talk about the doubloons and how you can farm them. So the number one way to simply farm doubloon is if you go and look at the daily rewards. In the 22nd day, or I would say 22 day, you will have 100 doubloons as a daily reward, which means every month you will get this daily reward section and you can get 100 doubloons by just simply playing it for at least 22 days on that month. If you do that, you will grind 100 doubloons at least, which is, I would say, not that much, but still better than nothing. I mean, if you able to just farm doubloons over time by many of these options that I will be explaining, you can accumulate almost more than 2,000 doubloons. Well, that is like the best way possible, which is like, okay, someone might not be able to grind that much, but well, that's totally up to you if you want to do that. I will be explaining the second option now. Well, which you can do by just opening the Armory in the naval community section. And if you want to exchange community tokens for either super container or veteran recruiting station container, or even the other smaller containers like seasoned one or even the junior one, they have a chance of giving you guys doubloons. So if you exchange community tokens, for example, the super container will eventually have a 4% chance of giving you 1,000 doubloons. So this is a indirect sort of availability for farming doubloons. It's sometimes possible more, sometimes less, but again, this is the option that you can use if you exchange your community tokens regularly. At least that's what I want to say. And also, if you look at the veteran recruiting station, which I would say highly recommended over super container, not only that you will have a better chance of getting premium ships like these ones, also you have slightly higher chance of getting 1,000 doubloons, which is 5% compared to the super containers 4%, which again, I would like to mention. Also, the seasoned recruiting station container also have like 5% chance of getting 500 doubloons. So you can use these containers, open them, and you might get some doubloons and just collect them so that you might eventually get either a premium ship if you want to. For example, the doubloons ships are quite a lot out there, and even I don't have a lot of them, but you can certainly buy your favorite doubloon ship if you want to at the end of this year or whatever you want to get the premium time. You can do that, which is the second option. Okay, so the third option is going to be also very simple one. Well, if you go into the featured section in the Armory, you will always going to get daily rewards upon opening bundles. And you have 22 of them every single patch, in which Wargaming only going to give you 50 measly doubloons. I know it's nothing, it's basically zero in value, but again, considering that you can exchange, or I would say demount upgrades for 25 doubloons, you are basically getting sort of two chances or options to demount your 3 million credit, upgrades like this. So this is something that you can, use for like these 50 doubloons. So I think this is sort of okay. Although if you take these doubloons in a long run by accumulating it with a lot of other options, then you can have more doubloons, and this does help compound that doubloon over time, regardless if it's small or big. But again, this is the option that I want to showcase in this point. Okay, so now this option is going to be the best option for farming doubloons, and you can get quite a lot of them over time if you play ranked battles. Yes, you have to play ranked battles for that, but that does come with a lot of doubloons as reward if you play in higher leagues. For example, if I showcase you the Bronze League, which is the starting league, you can have some doubloons. Like you can see here, you have 400 doubloons in 12 victories, or I would say for 12 victories, and for total Bronze League. Like I'm talking about 200 doubloons for 12 victories, and if you have 15 victories in total, that is 400 doubloons. And if you're able to get the rank 1 in Bronze League, you are also going to get never mind. I thought that they will give you doubloons. No, never mind. They will give you doubloons. I thought that I was looking at the qualification. I messed up. Sorry. But yeah, the rank 1 will indeed going to give you doubloons. So that is 600 doubloons. By the way, this is the Silver League. If I look at the Bronze League one, yeah, this is it. So 600 doubloons, you can easily farm every single time whenever the sprint comes in the Bronze League, okay? If we take a look at the Silver League, for example, in the rank 1, you are going to get 200 doubloons. But if you win battles over time, which I will show you here, this is the Silver League, you can get 200 doubloons plus 200, 400, and then you also going to get, well, nothing, to be honest. I thought that you might get doubloons in this 21st victories, but well, you are still going to get similar amount of doubloons as in the Silver League, if I am not wrong. Hopefully that is the case. Yeah, you are going to get total of 600 doubloons every sprint. But now we are going to be in the Gold League. Now Gold League will definitely gonna give you the highest amount of doubloons. Okay, as you can see here, 200 plus 200, 400, 600, 800. So for 27 victories every single sprint, you are going to get 800 doubloons. And the sprint resets every 2 weeks. So in a month, you're going to get 1600 doubloons if you are in Gold League. If you are in Silver League, you're going to get 1200 doubloons in 2 sprints. Or I would say in a month, because in a month we have 2 sprints, and 1 sprint will give you 200 doubloons if you get to rank 1. That is the very important thing. If you get to rank 1, because the rank 1 will give you doubloons. Otherwise, you only going to get 400 doubloons for wins. Again, totally up to you. If you want to grind doubloons as much as possible, Gold League is the best. Otherwise, Bronze League is the best, because in the Bronze League, if you are in rank if you are in rank 1, it's not gonna be different from the Silver League, because the Silver League also going to give you same amount of doubloons, except the Gold League will give you higher. Also, one more thing to keep in mind, which you can eventually do that, is that the Gold League, in reaching rank 1, which is I would say a very difficult thing to do and grindiest out of all other leagues, can give you 200 doubloons, which makes it total of 1000 doubloons every sprint. So 1000 doubloons every sprint if you are going for full on rank 1, which I would say is very difficult for most players. Even for me, it's very grindy, so I don't usually do it. But you can do that certainly and can farm 2000 doubloons per month, because again, 2 sprints in a month means you can grind at least 2000 doubloons if you are getting into the rank 1 in Gold League. So this is it. The rank battles does give you the highest amount of doubloons, which you can farm over time and get your favorite ship, or maybe you can grind Santa containers by the end of this year. If you want to just buy it for doubloons, well, you can spend doubloons there, and even your premium time for 50% discount. That can also happen at the end of the year. So these are the best ways that I know that you can grind doubloons from. However, there are other options. There's like one big option that you can also use by downloading the public test server. Yes, it's basically the copy of this game client, but in a test form where Wargaming use public players and they just test out their new patch that is upcoming, especially like after this one. they usually try to test it in sort of a public test server, in which they will give you some rewards as well, which I will be explaining you guys right now. So if you download that public test server client, well, you can get some goodies, or I would say rewards, which are pretty interesting. And also, this can also ensure that you can get as much as 450 doubloons if you complete some of these combat missions, which UrAvgWarGamer will explain in their public test server. You will also going to get a lot of other rewards, like for example 150,000 free XP and 25,000 gold. Like, this is the maximum amount. I mean, if you grind the highest amount as per wargaming standards, then you will be getting that much. But one thing to mention, that upon every login into the public test server, you are going to get 100 doubloons as a reward. For example, the public test usually have first round, and then after some time second round, and I think that only lasts for a week. And for every round that you log into the public test server, you're going to get 100 doubloons each. Okay, if you have the second round, which does happen, 200 doubloons in total that you will farm. And then if you log in maybe in the third round, that is kind of optional, and wargaming doesn't usually do that. It does not do that most of the time, but when it happens, then you will have the opportunity to get extra doubloons, which is in total 300, and some other ways which you will go and check out the combat missions that can most likely give you that much doubloons every single month if you are playing the public test server. So these are the ways that you can use or play to your advantage and grind some doubloons as fast as possible over a month. So if I calculated that how much you can possibly get from everything, just to give you some perspective, let me show you that in the calculator. Okay, so let's calculate. If I get 100 doubloons from the daily reward section that always open up, like pop in front of yourself, like that 24 days of daily reward section that gives you 100 doubloons, I have talked about in the initial of this video. Then we have 50 doubloons from the bundles in the Armory, that's 150 doubloons. I think now we can talk about the ranked battles reward. If, for example, I'm saying it best possible scenario, if you are grinding out to Gold League, okay, then you're getting in a month 2,000 doubloons. So I will add 2,000 doubloons. Now this is a bit unrealistic. I know a lot of players might only be farming 600 doubloons upon getting to the rank 1 in Bronze League or Silver League. I can understand that, but this is the best case scenario that I'm talking about, okay? So that is 2,150 from the game client itself. Now, if we add the public test server reward, which they say are 450 doubloons, which I will add up right now, this will give you 2,600 doubloons. So you do have a chance of earning that much doubloons if you possibly grind a lot in the game, in the public test server, or in the live server. Again, that is the numbers that I want to share. I want to give you the information. It does not matter that if you grind it or not, but the information should be valuable because you know the options that how you can grind doubloons. Here it is in front of your screen. And by the way, I'm not adding that randomly occurring super container that might give you 1,000 doubloons, or maybe if you get the veteran recruiting station container that also contains 1,000 doubloons. I'm not considering that. This is the full-fledged grind that you can do to earn 2,600 doubloons. Realistically, that you can get like 2,000 doubloons, maybe 1,800 doubloons per month, which is still not bad. But for example, if you get 2,600 doubloons per month without factoring in the super containers doubloon rewards or something like that in the other external sources, if you multiply it by 12, just to give you an idea, you can sometimes able to get maybe 26,000 doubloons. This is the best case scenario that you can get 31,000 doubloons. I highly doubt that someone can achieve that much, but again, possible if you do this. But this can help you maybe to grind the 20 Santa containers. If you want to buy 20 Santa containers, you can do it by the end of this year. You can get premium time if you want to by the end of this year. You can maybe grind out your favorite ship like Carl 14 Yuhan. It's a very good battle ship. There are some destroyers that you might buy for the doubloons. Well, certainly with these doubloons grinding, that you can do that for free. Technically free. I mean, you have to play a lot of game in World of Warships, you should be having that interest in World of Warships to be justifying this amount of grind for doubloons. But here it is. I want to explain you guys, if you have any other information or any source that you know of the doubloons, please let me know in the comments. I am sure that I have missed out maybe 1 or 2 opportunities that I don't remember. So you guys can help me out there. And I will definitely gonna be ending the video. I hope you guys like this. If you do like it, please like, comment, and even subscribe. Till then, I will catch you guys later. Peace out.